30-minute battles we'll see unfold here in the round of 16. Surfers are only chasing 2 good waves, but you've got the 3-time world champion Carissa Moore taking on New Zealand's Paige Hareb, the only representative for the Kiwis on the championship tour on the women's side. As we see Carissa getting that inside position and paddling into the first wave of the morning. Beautiful looking wall, just a transition hit to generate some speed to get down the line. Not much there, so she kicks out. Well, let's see if Paige can get the better Carissa on this opening exchange. She actually gives this wave up with priority, and Carissa's going to try and make her pay for that. Beautiful transitions, really smooth combo on the outside, still hammering away, and it is just hard to work out in your mind how Paige passed that one up.
Beautiful power surfing, Carissa Moore. In your mind, when you think about rail work, this is just the technique that you would love to impart on yourself, because Carissa, she's got that beautiful flow and then that aggressive pull through every turn.
Yeah, when I think about doing a frontside carve, I just think of Carissa Moore's technique. She always really extends her body, doesn't she, and whips that tail through the final moments of this one.
Watch this rail, just the way that she's able to hold that line. She's digging deep into that. That's pure power. Carissa is able to make these, you know, I think it's that flow, it's that timing, it's the placement of the maneuvers, and Carissa's got it so down. Let's see Paige, she was on that second wave of the set, just looking for that open face to work with. Lovely clean hit on that first exchange. So 2-turn combination. Paige almost seemed a little rushed to get to those backhand turns. I still enjoyed the surfing though.
Here we go, Carissa on a beautiful looking wall. Throws a bit more at it this time, but as a result isn't able to execute. And this could be a good opportunity for the Kiwi. And Hareb with priority. An easy decision to take off here. Drives up into that first section. Really strong first turn. And again gets up into the pocket. Nice sequence of turns on the outside. Not done with this one just yet. Loading up for a big finish now. Picking her moment up into the lip and does very well. One thing I noticed when Paige was surfing in the previous heat is she was doing some great surfing, but most of the major turns were coming towards the end of that tapered wall. Martin Potter was picking up on the fact that in order to turn in these better numbers, she's going to have to attack.
I think it's the tight transition in turns. It's some of the best surfing that we've seen from Paige all season. Love that second turn. So fitting it well in the pocket, not getting too far out on the open face. So keeping it tight, keeping it tidy. I think this is going to be a great score.
Yeah, to beat someone like Carissa Moore, you have to be at your best. And Paige is almost getting to her peak performance levels on this ride. Love that. Beautiful tight turns, but it's the combination that really is going to pay off for her.
Definitely, and the projection that she gets out of those maneuvers with the speed and keeping it tight in the pocket is so important out here in Karamas. As soon as you get out to the flat face, it's really difficult to kind of get more critical on your turns. So Paige, those first couple of maneuvers were beautiful. Then the inside is just kind of flowing through the moves, but definitely those first 2 moves.
Well, let's see how Carissa responds to that. Has a lot of speed, flying down the line at the moment. Something big coming our way, banks up into the lip. That wave didn't really cooperate with her at that stage, but you can tell that she is switched on. She's on a good-looking board. Give her a wave and she will take it apart.
So paddling in here, this wave had a lot of potential. She knows she's going to have to speed down the line if she's going to stay out in front. So that quick transition, snap off the top. And then a second hit there. Like you mentioned, it just didn't give her that opportunity to really sink her teeth into that wave.
Carissa Moore is to put some pressure on early. We're waiting on the numbers to come through for Paige. The last ride's going to be solid, and Carissa's going to have work to do here if she wants to get the lead. Good start, just 2 turns, but there's some real size in those maneuvers. It's a replay of Carissa's previous wave.
Well, Carissa just sneaking this one underneath Paige's priority. 2-turn combo. I love the first two.
Right behind her, Paige Hareb picks one off. The ocean looked to be asleep before we got this heat underway, but it is coming alive now, and Hareb is on fire. Just looking for any point she can add to that number. Right there on the inside, the wave didn't really give her another opportunity to climb up into the pocket, but she's going to drop a bomb on her second score.
Paige, she just strokes into a bomb. The waves are absolutely firing as we see Paige dig into that first turn. I love the intent in her surfing at the moment. She's adding a little bit extra in every single maneuver that she's doing. You mentioned it earlier, Ronnie, when you come up against these world champions, the way that you have to dig deep. I love that Paige is so engaged in this heat at the moment. Beautiful bottom turn. Really just swings those shoulders around and pivots on those hips.
Yeah, this is impressive. Showing a lot of courage and fight against the surfer that's got an incredible head-to-head record. She spent the majority of her career wearing that colour, and she wants to be the front runner for a 4th world title, as we see Paige Hareb in 2nd place at the moment, looking for a 6.06 to get herself into the lead. After mistiming that first turn, she instantly knows that's not going to be good enough to overcome Carissa, so she gets out of there. We've seen it in the past. We've seen Dusty Payne come up against much more fancy competitors and find out that he only had 1% of the votes and really stick it in people's faces. But here we go. Carissa up, using priority here, wants to get rid of a 6.23. Freeing herself up now, starting to gain some real confidence with her equipment.
Let's have a note of this. You could tell that Paige wanted to get a sniff at this wave, but it's the variety of the repertoire. Every maneuver that Carissa's doing here, she's trying to add a bit of point of difference, so that wave fattens out on her, and you can tell Paige is really pushing the issue. Carissa does have priority, so she flexes that. Carissa looking down the line, beautiful wall on this wave. Love the way that she's using just that power pocket of the wave, really tapping into that power source to project her through every maneuver. Freeze the fins there for a split second, and then here tries to add that point of difference. Just brings that around. And that is such a painted turn of Carissa Moore. It does get a little sticky there. She doesn't quite, get that rotation that she would have liked, or kept it on the rail as much as what she would have liked, but still just starting to free herself up.
Well, this is a good looking wave, standing up nicely on the outside. Dreamy conditions here for the first heat of the round of 16. Paige a little bit behind her, but it's exactly where she wants to be to place that turn in the most critical part of the ride. That's 3 solid maneuvers already. And this is a good sized wave, so Paige could be on her way to the number she needs here at the moment. 6.06 is the score she's after. Just under 7 minutes to go.
We saw her really push the issue with Carissa's priority on that last wave. This wave, by far one of the best lined up walls that we've seen all morning. So Paige definitely finding herself on a bomb. She knows she's going to have to get the best waves if she's going to get those bigger scores and produce the kind of surfing that's going to see her into the lead. When you have someone like Carissa, they can really turn a mediocre wave into something special. Here Paige finds herself on this bomb. She gets into that pocket of the wave again, so just really figuring out this lineup. A lot of spray thrown from the fins of that board, and then straight into that second maneuver.
After a 6.06, and the numbers just starting to roll through, it looks like it's going to fall short. So how come it didn't get to that the 6.06 range?
Man, there's so many intricacies. I'll let you take this, Ronnie.
We'll get back to that in a moment, but here's Carissa. Tries to throw the fins there. Should be feeling nervous, just waiting to hear what Paige's number dropped in at, because she moved a lot of water, but she did only drop a 5.07, so she fell a point short, Rosie.
You just surf this wave on your backhand, just chatting to some of the people coming in. Let's see if Paige can get another rebate here.
Well, drives down the line, gets some speed. Nice hit there, that wave starting to bowl out.
She went out and fell on her next wave. As we see Paige, this beautiful maneuver for her, would have set up really well on that wave, unfortunately.
She might just grab that rail and show us some of that backhand tube riding prowess that she's developed over the past year. Carissa now with a big opportunity to up her score total, but she's going to get out of there, playing it tactically, not underestimating the New Zealander at this stage.
Opportunity at the end there, and then Carissa, these beautiful open face turns, just a swoop there. Second one as that wave gets a bit foamy, but you can tell there's a couple things that
changing up the priority order there, but the judges weren't buying it, and Paige pulling through the back of this one, so starting to get a little desperate now as we get down to the 40-second mark. But this heat is coming to a close, and Carissa Moore, it wasn't a comfortable victory, but she did enough, and some really positive signs. Paige Hareb, a great fight, but she'll be knocked out of the event here in the round of 16. Stay with us. You're watching the Corona Bali Protected.